I will say, speaking of international involvement, one thing that I think the NHL actually did do right was over this past week where they had 4 teams go to Sweden, the Leafs being one of them, and play in those games. And I think they should do that kind of stuff more because you could tell that the fans wanted that who were overseas.
They've been doing the Global Series for years now, and it's been excellent.
It's a hit.
And you're telling me that there's not a ton of Toronto Maple Leaf fans in Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were already there because they've had so many great Swedes on that team before, but they have to have gained more popularity with Nylander in Sweden this past week. And now, it's just keep the ball rolling, keep growing the sport in this way.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, I didn't know we were going to go into this conversation, but I'm here for it because, we've had these gripes forever. But the one thing that I've heard a lot of people say who were in Sweden is that, I'm talking about like media personalities and reporters and interviewers and that kind of stuff. What those people have said is that they had so many different people come up to them from all over Europe, not just Swedes, who craved NHL hockey so bad, who craved a product that's better than what is offered in their home country, that they flew to Sweden or trained to Sweden, because you can actually do that in Europe, unlike anywhere in North America. And they went to those games just to take in a better product. And if the NHL continues to stop or continues to not offer that better product, that best on best with all countries involved, then you're just shooting yourselves in the foot. And they've continued to do that for years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do like how we're kind of wrapping this conversation up on if we are and moving on here. I that is a positive. This past Global Series in Stockholm, I think, was an absolute out of the park home run. It really was excellent. So, and it looks like Mexico City here is going to be next for some games.
Maybe.
Austin Matthews has that much pull.
Yeah, I thought the players didn't get anything in this league. It seems like now the players are getting everything. But to wrap up, what I wanted to say about the Global Series, now that we're talking about it, I didn't know we were going to be talking about it, but the Maple Leafs were the team who made out like bandits in that Global Series. They played the 2 games that they played there. Both teams that they were playing were on the second half of a back-to-back. So the Leafs were able to, play a tired team in front of a Swedish crowd who obviously, as you know, there's the Nylander connection, and he ended up scoring the OT winner against Minnesota for the second time this year against Marc-Andre Fleury. So that was incredible. But then also, they were the away team in both games, which you might say to yourself, okay, well, that means that they had a tougher time because of the last change. But in this rink, in the Avicii Arena, the boards for each team go like the length of the entire ice. So last change is like, instead of changing from your own blue line, you're changing from like the red line every time. So that didn't mean anything. Plus, because they were the away team, they didn't lose any ticket like gate prices for home games in Toronto. So they made out like absolute bandits. And I just thought it was so funny because obviously MLSE is one of like the stronger ownership groups in the league. I think they're actually the most valued now at number 1 in the league.
Yeah, they grew by 25% this past year.
Exactly. So it's just funny like how much sway they have over the league to say, okay, if you want us, these are our demands. And every single one of them seemingly was met, which was pretty crazy.